Are you a deviant? You know, like those of us who binge watch serial killer programmes, laugh at the stupid shit people do, and revel in anything adult? Well, you found your people. Join us as we crack open the door to the padded cell and release the insanely stupid, the weirdly wonderful, and those who choose to live outside societal norms. We'll delve into the strange, the macabre, the sexy, and the outrageous. So if you're a deviant, then you have your place with us in the padded cell. Hello and welcome to episode 18 of the Padded Cell Podcast. I'm Vicky and you are...
Nancy.
Woohoo! We don't do that every episode, do we?
I know, I fucked her up last time, you told me off.
Well, I was like that, you know, get with the script, love. The cues.
I'm Nancy. Hello.
So, very quickly, we've now caught up with you. It's now 2024.
Happy New Year.
So, Happy New Year to us. Woo! Oh, Happy New Year to you as well,
Happy
don't we?
New Year!
And we had a lovely time. We're not really going into it that much because it's all been and gone for you. It's all boring
it's so last year.
for you now. But we had a nice little New Year, didn't we? And just a little side note, you looked beautiful on New Year, can I say?
Thank you.
Would you be okay with us sharing a picture on Facebook or something of how you looked on New Year? Just your makeup and everything looked bloody gorgeous.
Thank you very much.
And obviously you're losing weight and your bone structure and everything. I was like, that. She looked bloody gorgeous today.
Thank you very much. Not so much today.
You always look lovely, but you know what? That particular picture, very nice. I just stayed in and got wasted. And other stuff, which I'm not going to discuss. It was a date night.
It was. I've heard all about it.
That's all I'm going to say. So are we ready to go then, Nance?
We are always.
Just before I carry on, I'm going to show you my t-shirt. So, Cookies and Monsters. Do you like it? I love it. I've got a few Cookie Monster t-shirts that I'm going to bring along because I'm a bit of a fan.
I think you need to read the bottom.
Do I? A tasty role-playing game. Woohoo! That's my kind of role-playing game. So, I'm just going to do a few little mentions before we crack on. But I want to say a special thank you to our Patreon followers who've signed up. So if you don't know already, you obviously haven't been listening to previous episodes. You haven't been concentrating on Facebook, have you? Because we've now got a Patreon account because we need to just earn a few little quid because we don't earn any money from this at all, do we? No. And we want to carry on. And there's a good few of you. So hello and thank you so much. And I hope you enjoyed our very first special episode. Oh, what fun we had. It was bloody carnage at times.
Something like
and
that.
Those who aren't on Patreon might have seen a few teaser reels and my hideous faces, which are now all over Facebook.
And my phone.
Yes. So, if you're on Facebook, there was a lady, I think her name was Hannah. It was Emily Hannah.
I can't remember.
I think Sorry. It was. And she said, oh, wouldn't it be a good idea if Nancy used this picture? So she screenshot it for you. This picture as when you phone
right
up, it flashes up.
The milk face.
It was the milk face or the lemon face, one of them. So you did. And now I'm Lady Fart Bloom with that bloody photo on your phone. So, yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for that suggestion. Don't do that again. No, joking aside, I do pull faces and people are laughing at it. It's cool. I'm fine with that.
It's all fine.
So, hello to our Patreon followers anyway. But we have got some other guys and girls. So, we've got Tanya on Facebook, Tanya Blake. Hiya, Tanya, you're all right, love. She's a top fan. And she was commenting after seeing the Patreon episode. Oh, you lot are just brilliant as a threesome.
Yes.
Can you be a threesome regularly?
Why not?
I'm sure Ryan would be delighted. I can hear him running now. Love listening and watching your podcast shows. Also, I'm proper Derbyshire, and because I binged on the Padded Cell podcast, I have now incorporated Scouse words into my vocabulary. Love it. It's sound.
It's boss.
So I said, we'll be getting you saying, fuck off you div in no time. So that's our Tanya. Some other little mentions, Darren Galvin, one of our mates. Hi, Darren, you're all right. And we've got Sarah Hunter. She's one of our top fans on Facebook, wishing us all the best for New Year and stuff. Laura Clark. You two ladies are great. I'm from Southern California and find you both a hoot. I love your stories. If you ever come over to visit, I'll be your tour guide. So there you go. Your dungeon is beautiful, but lots of lovely toys.
When are we going?
I've got to fit it in for all my travels, haven't I? I'm going away soon because I don't travel, do I?
No.
And then one last one, Pietro Turl. This guy's, I think, if I remember right, he's originally from Liverpool and he now lives in Australia. And he sent me some funny messages, man. He's a funny guy, but I'm not going to repeat them because some of them are a bit personal, but mate, you're great and keep on coming. So that's a few of our messages. I will read some more out next time, but I mean, I could just fill a whole podcast with all sorts
We'll do a dangly bit of the best messages.
Yeah. Well, you might do like a little yearly special of some like the best bits from the comments and stuff. So in one of our previous episodes, I wanted to chat to the masses about your podcast and your parties. Yeah. But we got a hurry up pill by Jacob. We did. He was like, wind it up, we've got to go.
Get out.
So, would you like to tell us a little bit about your podcast and what you guys do, you and Sid?
Yeah, so we do the Sex Pistols podcast, or the Pistols podcast. It's very different, isn't it, to the Padded Cell, whereas it's just getting to know us, I think, a little bit more as people. Obviously, we have quite a big following online for us as party hosts, as part of the club. But I think people enjoy getting like to strip it back a little bit and see us. Like we cover loads of different topics and we have some guests on and stuff and just cover quite a variety of things. But it's nice to just relax, chat to people and let people see that more different side of us that they don't really see.
Because they always see it in work mode, don't they? You know, you're the party host, you're the face of the event, you're in the club a lot, and even though, you know, you're very personable and, you know, you do chat to people on the level as friends, you're still in that professional mode, aren't you? And so I think people are just curious to see, like, you know, the real you guys.
I mean, particularly Sid, I would say.
Yeah. Little quiet Sid has come into his own.
He surprised me, to be honest. I had to fight to get a word in. A little bit like we do here. So I don't know what the common factor is, but
no idea what you're talking about.
For people who know him, they think he's quite a quiet, shy, and he's not shy. He just doesn't always have a lot to say. But on the podcast, fuck me, he didn't shut up.
Yeah, no, I was dead impressed.
Yeah.
So where'd you see it going?
So obviously we've taken some time out for, you know, personal family reasons and stuff, and we're just getting back into the new year, and then it will be back. It's just, I want to see it grow. Yeah. Obviously we've had loads of success on here. We'd love the same, but it's a very different
It is a different
type
podcast.
of thing. So there's always new people that we want to get on and chat with.
There's loads of interesting people on the scene, isn't there, that I'd just love to get in a room for 30 minutes and grill them. Yeah. Tell me everything.
The episodes go from like such a varied content. So you can have, like we had Sissy Wednesday on.
She was great.
The fat pole dancer. Yeah. And I'm saying fat because that's how she describes herself. She's proud to be a big curvy lady who just knocks people out the park with what she can do. To then like a really serious mental health episode which is coming out at the end of the month. So it's nice that we never know what it's going to be. It can either be all about us, it can be about the guests. Yeah. Loads of different stuff. So
the next episode is coming out at the end of January.
Yeah, we're going to put it out at the end of January. Okay. Once we've got our next ones booked in, so there's not a big gap.
I'm looking forward to seeing the podcast start up again. Yeah, because you were like just like getting in there, weren't you? You know, and then just life happened, didn't it?
It isn't sometimes like, you know, life has to be a priority, doesn't it? Like this whole lifestyle is our life. You know, apart from obviously we keep the kids and stuff separate, but this is the majority of our life, and we enjoy it. But sometimes real life has to take a priority,
and that's the same for everybody, isn't it? Well, I'm really looking forward to it. Do you want to say anything about the Sex Pistols party as well? You know, you may as well. Yeah, got a whole audience listening.
I know. So Sid and I host of 3 different events. We host Pure Play Party, which is just wild. Yeah. That's a full-on heavy swinging party from the second the doors open until we kick everyone out at the end. We host Obscenity, which is a crossover event. So that's my personal favourite. It's the best of both worlds. You get, you know, the fun swinging side, the absolute crazy kink side, which some, you know, it's called obscene for a reason. There's some really wild stuff happens. And then we've got Allure, which is an under 40s party, which again is totally different. Oh, it's totally different because there's, you know, loads of people come because it's got this massive reputation just for being like such a sexy, laid back. It's quite chilled in comparison to Pure, but we love them both equally. Like
the vibe of Allure is really good.
It's just such a nice night, isn't it?
Dead nice people. I mean,
it's filthy.
Yeah, oh God,
but
yeah.
It starts off really
it's just a
nice,
sexy
chilled
vibe, isn't it? You know, I think, you know, for those who are curious about the swinging scene, I think maybe the way Allure is what they've got in the head, you know, just people just as like moseying around and looking sexy. I don't even mean like body beautifuls either, just people's rocking themselves and loving themselves.
Everyone. We have the DJ, dance floor, that's always busy all night.
Yeah.
And then at some point everyone's just like, let's go upstairs.
Yeah. So you are the party people.
We are.
And you're bloody good at it. Really good at it. Someone wants to bring it up.
Say, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And thank you for everything you both do. Because, I mean, if you don't know already, this happens in my club, Man and Jim's club. She doesn't just like to throw parties and out to the kids upstairs in bed. Just clarifying that. They come to our club and do that. And you rock it. It's really good. And you've got a really great, loyal following of people now who just like scramble over themselves to get tickets to your parties.
We do. And they all sell out, but we just keep on pushing because we'll never settle for any less than making each one better.
Absolutely.
Bigger and better every time.
And where can they find out some more details about your party and your podcast?
So some awesome woman that I know made us a website. So sexpistolsparties.co.uk.
Oh, hell, Nance.
Is
yeah.
Awkward. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wonderful website. And the person that made it was very good.
She does a very good job, yeah.
Yeah, I was impressed.
Thank you very much.
So you can find out more details about the Sex Pistols parties, what you're getting up to, some news, how to access the podcasts and stuff on that website. And you can get in touch with it as well, can't
and
they?
all party tickets and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and it's info@sexpistolsparties.co.uk.
It is.
And while we're talking podcasts, I want to give our Dylan a little mention, mate.
Ooh, thank you.
So I mentioned a little while back that he was starting a podcast. And you're a gamer, aren't you?
I am indeed.
And this is a gaming type podcast. It's called the Low Poly Podcast. Mm-hmm. It's going to be launching soon, isn't it?
It should be out by the time this episode's out.
Oh, okay, right. So when we know more details and we know that's been released, I'll put a little something on Facebook as well. Because you're all getting to know Dylan just as much as us. So, you may as well give him a bit of a support as well.
Thank you, Vicky.
Welcome. Saying Allure under 40 before. I'm 50 next year.
Well, Sid's 40 this year, so he's...
This year, is he? Oh, God, he's something really, like, outrageous for his 40.
Probably kill me.
Embarrassing.
It's a good job he won't watch us because he'd kill me.
Yeah, he would.
I never said that out loud.
So he's 40 this year?
Yes.
God, hell bastard. So I'm 50 next year and Jim's 60 next year. And just after midnight on New Year's Eve, Jim, Happy New Year. You're 50 next year. Fuck off, Jim. Love you.
Just waiting there to get it in.
I know, yeah. But a big year. So I'm 50, he's 60. We would have been married 20 years and the club will be 20 years old and our oldest son will be 30. What a year.
So we've got some celebrating to do.
It's going to be a year full of celebrations, yeah. I might just be in a permanent haze of, like, pissed.
It's a good job you know some party planners.
I know, just not on the podcast day. Right then, we're going to crack on with our first segment, so we're not wishing
the
forever.
fart button in a minute.
I know, yeah. But, we just wanted to set a bit of a tone. So this segment today that I'm going to be doing is it's a little bit nuts. And I found it by accident. I was looking for mad shit that you can buy online from Amazon. And I did find a couple of things, and I'm going to show them in the next episode. But I was like, this can't be a thing. This has got to be a joke. And it's not. It's a proper thing. Have you ever heard of sex toys for dogs? No? No? You haven't heard of sex toys for dogs? No? So there's this sex doll. It's called the Hot Doll. Sex doll for dogs. It's €245. And it's called hotdollfordog.com. That's the website. And it claims to be the first sex toy for dogs and the number one companion. Yeah. And basically it's for frustrated dogs who are humping pillows, humping neighbours' legs, humping the owner's legs, humping anything in sight. To be fair, our Brilly, before he died, was doing all that. I don't know how he would have fared with the sex doll though. So before I go on, I just want to show you a picture of this thing, just so you know what I'm talking about, basically. There's a word, it's not coming to me. Hang on a minute. So they come in black with orange paws and nose. So let me just show.
How do you know what your
first.
dog's attracted to? Ew.
Okay.
It looks like Pingu.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Newt.
And there's a white one with orange paws and nose. Just there we go. Yeah.
What was it like?
So for full effect, yeah. Now, the company say that it's built for stability, strength and ergonomics. And the hot doll is specially designed for the utmost comfort of your pet. The legs have a no-slide system.
Oh my God.
So while the dog's humping, it stays in place. You must be hump then. So it's designed for extreme grip. Now, in the back end, there's no bum hole and vagine. It's just one hole. Okay.
Any holes a goal.
But there's a cone in the back of it. And it's made of silicone. It's actually made from materials that veterinarians use. And you can replace these cones for $19.50. Oh, we've got a picture of the cone.
Ew.
Oh, come on, you want the full effect, don't you?
I feel like unless you're watching, like my face is doing the talking with this because I've got no words.
Well, it's your face and then Dylan going, Right, okay, this is the cone. Yeah?
No.
Can you see that?
I can.
Okay.
Looks like a tentacle toy.
So this cone obviously can be taken out and washed. It's got a little bit of dog goo in it. I can just be washed with soap and water. Can you supply
chuck it in your
somebody
dishwasher.
Supply somebody to wash the cone for me, please. I'll pay extra. So what does the website say? Dogs have sexual needs or domination problems, which
Jake
push
just
them
walked
to.
through
He's got one.
with an Amazon box.
Have you got a dog in that box? A pretend one? You dirty bastard. If I hear humping from that room. Yeah, you best dad. Okay, let's start that again. Dogs have sexual needs or domination problems, which push them to climb on various objects such as cushions, teddy bear, and worst case, on the legs of your neighbour, guest, postman, or your own. Yeah. Hot Doll is designed to control this problem. Designed for dogs' needs, it's pretty easy to teach them to use it, like you taught them to go outside for a wee. And I'm like, no. How'd you teach your dog? Okay, right. People that do actually mate dogs, they have to guide them in the right direction.
Oh.
I know this. So if you've got a boy dog, you need to help them in a little bit, yeah? But this is a sex doll. I'm my Brillo. Come on, Brill. Time for have a nice little time.
Are you horny?
Yeah, humping him on. No, he's my boy baby. I'm not going to show him how to hump a sex doll. So it says, Hot Doll is unique. It is the first sex toy for a dog in the world. And it's been designed by a French company called Feel Addicted. I couldn't find them online. It's been disseminated into magazines, on the news, TV, all over the world. You slop down your face.
You've just missed me, swell myself completely with tape.
Hopefully
Dylan
got that.
I will have, don't worry.
We have to put that in slow-mo.
Sorry.
And Hot Doll has already been exposed in the largest design fairs in France, Germany, Italy and Belgium. You just know the Germans are going to be in there, don't you?
Always.
Filthy bastards. Love Germans, by the way. You're my favourite country, but you filthy fuckers. Love you for it. And I knew you'd be on here on this list. Very liberated Germans. Yep. Just get on with it, don't they? Don't give a fuck about how anybody thinks. I'm doing a lot of fucks today.
It's fine. Go with it.
Is that too many fucks, Dylan?
No, not enough.
No? Okay.
Just add one more in.
Fuck.
There you go.
Okay. Like I said before, designed for stability, strength and ergonomics. And it says that they don't guarantee that the use of the Hot Doll will be pleasurable for your animal, as all animals are different and you should never force him to use it.
Ew. It's like dog rape.
It is like dog. Oh, dear me. Right. So it says, consult a vet if your animal uses the Hot Doll intensively. So you've got a really horny dog who's just fucking this doll all the time. Go and see your vet because it's a little bit too much.
Reminds me of that episode of Friends with Marcel, the monkey.
Oh, Marcel,
who just
the
fucking
monkey.
humps everything.
Yeah. So it says Hot Doll can fail in the following cases: when the doll is too old or, on the contrary, too young and inexperienced. That's obviously when you've got to give him a little helping hand. Yeah. So don't put your puppy on there because that's just wrong.
Nancy.
Okay, hang on. The mating between the dog and the hot doll can last on average between 50 and 30 minutes. I'd have to give him a room on his own. Imagine you're watching your telly, a little cup of tea, and Fido's fucking the doll, and you're like, God, fucking, it's like been 25 minutes.
The dog's
He hasn't
been
even
the
come
fucking
yet.
the stash of blues.
Yeah. And it says, lastly, Hot Doll disclaims any liability in the case of abnormal use of the product. I think
Because
they're
it's
claiming,
not abnormal anyway.
I think they're claiming that humans shouldn't use it. That's sort of where I'm going with it. Is that just me? Were you not going there? I was going there.
Where do you draw the line?
Abnormal
with
use. I mean,
this?
what other abnormal use could there be? I mean, it's wrong as it is, but I mean, it must be.
I want
referring
to know
to
who's got one.
right.
Has anyone got one?
I read. Hang on.
Is
Who
there
was it?
reviews?
Kim Kardashian.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, Kim Kardashian's got one. So if anybody out there has got one and the dog, I was going to say, and they've used it. If you've used it, if your dog
Get
used
help.
it, I want to know if it was effective and if your dog was happier. And I want the deets. So give me the deets, okay?
Not too many.
No, I want the deets.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not pictures, right? But I have got a bit of a picture.
Oh my God.
Nice. It gets better, this.
Does it?
Yeah. So this is in a French magazine. And this is a picture of a dog. They've obviously placed the dog on it. It's not actually humping, right? But you get the gist. It's smiling. Yeah.
It's quite a cute dog.
Can you see that? Yes. Yeah. Right. There's more. Can you believe this? Then I think these are actually humping. Yeah.
More of
What
a
it's
serious
demonstrating here is that it's good for different sized dogs and it's got measurements on it.
Oh.
Wait to see this little Yorkshire Terrier going for it
I
here.
was expecting like a Rottweiler or something.
Nancy first. the little Yorkshire Terrier.
Looks like it's been shot. I think he's just finished. He's just finished and he's just doing the slouch.
There's more. I haven't finished. I've told you everything that I need to tell you about the doll, but wait till you hear this, right? They've got, hang on. So they've got like a little review section. Oh. And I think I've still got the review on my phone. If I haven't, I'll be fuming with myself. But it's just the funniest thing. Hang on a minute. I should have this ready, shouldn't I? Okay, if I find it, I'll tell you it in the next one. But basically, it's some guy who's saying this is like the best thing ever, and the dog is like so much more well behaved because he's humping the sex doll all the time. So he's not humping the furniture. He's not aggressive. He's much calmer. He's sleeping. The other dog's being left alone. So I mean, there's somebody out there whose dog is delighted with this thing.
I'm glad I've got a girl dog.
Well, I haven't got a boy dog anymore. Would I get it for him? No. He was humping the other dog loads and everything else in sight, but no, I just got him done in the end. So there you go. So would you have one of these if you had a dog done?
I do have a dog.
Would you get one?
He's a secret humper.
Oh, so you find little presents around you, little splodgy presents?
We have never seen him, but when someone's babysitting him, they're like, this dog humps everything.
No
and
way.
we've never seen him do it. So maybe, probably.
So he's an exhibitionist because he's not doing it when you're there, he's doing it when your guests are there.
So just when you go out, you have to leave the doll.
Oh.
Wow. Little secret humper. Yeah. Oh, what's your dog called?
Bailey.
Bailey.
We had a dog called Bailey once. Oh my God, it was the worst.
Was it a little cunt?
It was the worst shit cunt of a dog.
Oh, really?
It was actually before Sid and I were together.
Yeah.
And we were friends first.
Mm-hmm.
I got this dog, realised what a cunt it was, and I rehomed it to Sid.
And he still married you?
He never forgave me.
Did he still
He was
remind
like,
you
that
every
dog
now
was a
and then, does he?
cunt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the name gives us PTSD.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to say Bailey too often then.
No.
Now, swiftly moving on to this next thing that I found. And it's only two things that I found. And there's this thing called Neuticals.
What?
Neuticals. So when dogs have been neutered, castrated, it says to combat uterine stress, you can get ball implants for a dog. Again, I thought this has got to be a joke. No, it's not. The proper silicone implants, like boob implants, but little nut ones. Little dog-sized nut ones.
That makes more
different
sense than a
sizes.
sex doll.
Right. So it says Neuticals allow your precious pet to retain his natural look, self-esteem, and aids the pet and pet's owner with trauma associated with being altered. Self-esteem? When our dog had his nuts done, I mean, I think he noticed that there was something different, but he wasn't like down or anything like that. He didn't go, no, I don't feel like a man
Less
anymore.
of a man.
Yeah. But I'm curious. I was going to ask this at the end, may as well ask it now. If you've had a dog that's been neutered, castrated, and they miss the balls and they're depressed, I need to know about it. I'm interested. No, I'm not making a mockery out of it. I'm interested.
I reckon there's...
I don't know anything about it. I'm like, this company's made these implant balls, so there's obviously a need for it, but I've never heard of it. So if you've used, not you, if your dog has used
you keep
these,
doing that.
I know. If your dog has these implants and it's helped them, I want to know why and how, because I'm curious, right? So these things, they said it's perfectly safe and complication-free for over 25 years. It's crafted from FDA medically approved polypropylene and not plastic, but resembles plastic in fairness. Now,
So how did they get these in?
so if you go onto the Neuticals.com website and you've got a tough stomach, you can see a video. I am shitting you not. There's a full castration video on there. I'm cool. I am cool with surgery and all that. But it says graphic content. It doesn't say you're about to see a bollock being cut open. I thought graphic content might be a sewn up ball sack with the thing inside and you use your imagination. So the graphic content was stitches or something. This is just on their website and it's on YouTube. No. The graphic content is the vet slicing open the nutsack and then slicing a bit more and squeezing it out like a spot.
Wow.
I was like, if I was a boy, I'd be on the deck. And then you see them putting it in. So you see that. So if you're a dog owner and you're like, I want to know what's going to happen to Fido, you can see the whole thing. Just be warned, it's a bit gruesome, like.
So do they have to know that they want these implants when the dog's going for its snip?
I thought what you meant was, does the dog need to give consent?
No, so like, it's not something you could go, oh, he looks a bit sad because his balls are gone, let's get him some fake ones.
I don't know. I think if you're going to get your dog done, you don't know that they're going to be affected until afterwards, are you? So you might have to go back in. However, the video that I saw was taking a ball out and putting a replacement in. So it might be, I think this is in America, it might be over there they say, you know, do you want to have implants at the same time? They were as expensive as I thought they were going to be. I thought they were going to be like mega bucks.
Yeah.
I can't remember the top of my head, but I don't think they were more than like $180 for a pair. And they're good. Right.
It's not bad for your dog's happiness.
Right. So first of all, I'm going to show you the actual Neuticals. Yeah. So these are the implants without the dog. And they look like little kidneys. Yeah.
Like little jelly beans.
Little kidneys. Yeah. Would you like to see a dog modelling them?
Yep.
Okay. It's a fine specimen of a male dog.
You just want to flick them.
Ooh.
From behind and you just see
I do that to men, obviously.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it to a dog. That's really bad. Tell you what.
This is why
bad.
I don't have a boy dog, because I just don't like seeing just
I can't believe they did
the
flick 'em.
balls.
Right, so this dog's
I mean, I
delighted.
wouldn't do it, but intrusive thoughts.
I've just enlarged this. The balls look massive.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, they look realistic.
I mean, I know some guys that would be delighted with balls like that.
That looks like my dog.
I thought you were going to say it looks like yours. We need a comparison. So, he's delighted with these balls. They come in all different shapes and sizes, depending on the size of your dog. Like I say, they've got this video if you want to go and watch. So, it's Neuticals.com. If you go on the website, there's a merch section. And I'm like, okay, so what have they got? What can you possibly have for merch? So they've got right, they've got Neutical stress balls.
Makes sense.
Yeah. It says Neuticals like nothing ever changed.
I was expecting them to be the ball shape.
Hang on.
Okay.
Right. So next we've got the key rings. And they come in the actual sizes that they're available in. So small, medium, and large. I mean, if I was
It's
a
not
dog,
weird, like you're cupping your dog's balls.
Well, then if you wouldn't go over and go, ooh, that feels like a large. You'd ask the vet, wouldn't you? What size do you think he needs?
Is it not based off like the breed of dog?
Well, yeah, but some breed, I mean, like my dog was a Labradoodle and they can be anything from medium to extra large, you know, so you don't know, do you? I mean, our Brillo would have been an XXL. He was a big bollocks dog. Okay, so here's the key rings. Would you have one?
They don't look very sturdy. I was hoping it would be on a little chain that you could like dangle it.
Why are you planning on using like little stress balls or something?
No, but you just like dangly balls, don't you? Rather than when they go.
Okay, so my favourite one. I mean, if you didn't know what it was, they just look nice. But when you know what they are, would you? Ball earrings. They don't look like balls, but they are.
I mean,
You're buying them
like,
from Neuticals.com. You are wearing prosthetic balls in your ears. Would you wear
I've seen
prosthetic
worse
balls?
fake pearly ones.
I wouldn't. No.
Why would you? I don't get it.
No, they look like little eggplants.
So, I just went down this bloody rabbit hole with these Neuticals and this sex doll thing, laughing my head off, thinking I would wear these earrings. No, I wouldn't, because some did go, oh, what are those earrings? They're interesting, aren't they? You'd have to make a little lie up, and they're jelly beans.
Yeah, jelly beans.
I'm not a weirdo who buys balls and wears them in my ears. I'm not that kind of dummy. I mean, if they were male scrotum, you never know.
I bet you can get proper ball sack ones.
You can. Right, let me just... Have I got this on here? I've got a thing on my phone, right? Somebody sent this to me. I got it. And it's a nutsack. Have I got it on here? It's a nutsack Christmas decoration. I haven't. I'll share it on Facebook. It's the ugliest nutsack. I mean, soz. They're not the prettiest things anyway, are they, right? But this was like a real, like, droopy one with dead saggy skin and loads of hair. But it had like a little bow around the top of it. I hung on your tree.
Wow.
I probably would have that on my tree just for shits and giggles, really. So, Neuticals, what do you think about them?
Yeah, it's different.
I just can't believe that there's something out there in the world like this, that somebody's thought about it. But I really need to know if dogs are traumatised by having the nuts done. Because
I mean, there probably is some that's like...
They're making a thing out of it. So that there must be something going on there, mustn't there? But why not? We have breast implants and all that.
But they're Americans, aren't they? Americans like a lot of crazy stuff.
So a sex doll for dogs and fucking implants for the nuts. I've heard everything. The world has gone mad. So part of me, right, is thinking, after reading all this, it's actually either crazy or inspired. I can't decide which one. Now, the sex doll, I don't know whether it's still in circulation. I went on the website, a French website, and you can still buy them. It allowed me to put everything in the cart. Obviously didn't buy one. But I couldn't see any sort of background info, and also a lot of the social media is quite old.
Yeah.
So I get the feeling, I don't know whether it's still around, and Amazon have stopped. They were on Amazon.
It was just a phase.
Amazon have stopped selling them, but I don't know, because the website's still live and everything. Part of me wants to get one just to show it, but it's $200 and however many dollars. No, euro, not doing it. You have to just use your imagination.
But if Dylan gets one for his dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Bailey.
Bring it on.
You haven't got to traumatise your guests that come round. So there you go. Sex doll for dogs and Neuticals. Mad. It's just mad. The world's gone mad.
True, but that's why we're here, because we embrace it.
Yeah. So, yesterday I put a little thing out on Instagram. Ask me anything.
I've seen it.
I don't wish I hadn't done it, but fucking hell. The amount of... I obviously can't read them all. I had loads and loads of questions, and so I'm going to answer some of them on here. I was going to answer them all on here. I didn't think I was going to get that many. But I think what I'll do, I'll answer some on this episode, maybe a couple on the next one, and I'll just do like a few videos to put on Insta and stuff. And maybe some special ones on Patreon, the really juicy ones maybe. But I'll answer a couple of them here. So I don't know if this should be digital, but it's DJ4Tal on Instagram. Do you miss going... This is the dangly bit, by the way. I've just gone from sex dolls and Neuticals to answering questions. So this is the dangly bit. All right. So do you miss going to events now that you're more behind the scenes? Not so much. I do go to some events. I go to BDSM events, mainly Whimper branded, the more hardcore BDSM events. You might see me at the odd like newbie kind of BDSM event, and I also choose it at the School of Kink. But I don't generally attend other events now, just because I'm doing so many things. We've just started a charity I'm going to talk about the charity in another episode, and it's especially for guys. And obviously, I've got this podcast, and I do a lot of things behind the scenes, don't I? Build the website, do all the accounts.
You're very busy.
Very, very, very busy. And so just not enough hours in the day. And I've done like 12 years of events, night after night after night. Less so after COVID, but before COVID, I was there all the time. And it become a bit of a busman's holiday in the end. And so stepping back now allows me, when I do go in, to enjoy it more. So when I am there, I'm like, oh, it's great to be back, and I'm ready to go. But if I was there all the time, it might take the shine off it. So do I miss going to events? Not so much, but I do still go to some events, and when I do, I love it. UV Sinful Crafts on Instagram. I was wondering if late 30s, early 40s was too late to learn how to be a dom-a. Absolutely not. We do the School of Kink in our place. I've just said it before, and we've talked about it before. And it's basically classes to teach people all the basics they need to know about BDSM. And there's loads of people who are over 40.
All ages.
Yeah, loads.
I think it's never too late to do anything that you
No,
want to do.
exactly that. It's never too late. You know, if you've got the inclination, the drive, and that bit of creativity, because you have got to be a bit creative. If you've still got that there, then no, doesn't matter how old you are. If you want to do it, do it.
Yeah.
And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. So absolutely not. Heath Ryan T on Instagram. Best place for purchasing toys for the more experienced humans in the BDSM world. Now, I didn't check where you were from. So in the UK, you'd be looking for kink markets. We have one in our place called the Townhouse Kink Market. There's also one in the Midlands called the BBB, the Birmingham Bizarre. Mm-hmm. And there's other markets, LAM, London Alternative Market. And these are places where crafters from around the country who make excellent products showcase their wares, and you can buy them on site. And the one thing I will say, I'm sure this person knows if they're more experienced, but for those who are less experienced, if you are wanting to buy toys, I wouldn't just buy them offline. Or from China or wherever. And for those who have, I'm not like slagging it off or nothing. It's just if you want good quality, sometimes you need to feel it. And some of the stuff that you get online, it turns up it's not always what you expect. And with BDSM stuff, you're using it on people. It's got to be safe. It's got to look good, and it's got to be functional and last you a while. And the only way you're going to know that is by picking these things up and feeling them, feeling the weight, feel how they are in your hands before you actually go ahead and purchase. Because very often things online, you get it and you go, it's not what I expected. Not necessarily a quality thing. It might just be the weight and feel of it. So always, I'd say, try and go to local kink markets. Now, as for other countries, I don't know where yours are, but if you have a look online and just look for BDSM markets, craft markets, that kind of thing, I'm sure something will come up. So I've got other questions here, but these are lengthier ones, which I think I might do actually on a video online because of the time that we haven't got here. But I am going to answer this one because it was quite poignant to make me think a little bit. So it was Markham1973. Do you ever find that people see you too much as a dom-a and not enough as a woman? And in brackets, also, I think you are fantastic, lol. And yeah, actually, I don't know whether it's because I do a lot online and I do put myself out there quite a lot. And it's hard to flip from one persona to another. But I try. But people expect me to be a dom-a quite a lot.
Yeah.
And I think because I'm the owner of the business, and you often see me, organising stuff, people just put me in this sort of matriarchal role, in the boss role, the dom-a role. But I am just a woman. I'm just a human, and I've, with a sense of humour. I'm not a cunt all the time. Oop, just said cunt
all the time.
And that's one of the reasons why I try and do different things on this podcast. It's not all BDSM and Lady C all the time. We love lots of different things, lots of different subjects. We're into all sorts of different things. And so it's just to sort of say a different side to me. I'm not just a dominatrix, and to you as well. Because, don't mind me saying this, but some people are like Nancy with a resting bitch face always. And they don't see the real side of you. You're very busy in the club all the time, aren't you? You always have got time to talk, or they might see you online, and online there's still a persona, isn't there?
Yeah.
And so by doing this podcast, people can see us, as we are, as we really are. So yeah, I do find that people do see me as a dom quite a lot and not enough as a woman, but I'm trying to combat that because I'm just
I think
a
it was
person.
nice for people to see when you've done the midwife part,
Yeah.
people to say a totally opposite side to you that,
Yeah.
you know, yes, a midwife has to know what they're doing, but it's a much softer side.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
Yeah. And for those that don't know, that's coming last week because we've already recorded that one. It's a really nice episode and I wanted to do that as a direct comparison to the Lady C that everybody knows now.
Yeah, because I know you questioned, didn't you? Or do you think that was, should I have done that? Is that like how it's going to come across? And I think it's going to go down really well because people see a very different side to
I think so.
To you.
And that's why I've chosen that question to talk about because it has been on my mind. I'm like, I'm more than Lady C.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, thanks for asking that one. Fucking hell, you're kidding, aren't you? Jesus. Right, Nance, what have you got for us, kid? If it's more than 5 minutes, it's more than 5 minutes. Soz.
Well, so
Dylan's like, do you think?
he's just going to kick us out one of these days.
I know, yeah.
Pull the table out. So, unless anyone's been living under a rock, everyone knows who Gypsy Rose Blanchard is.
Yeah.
You love all fucking serial killer stuff and weird people stuff.
What a great name as well, though.
Gypsy Rose.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Okay, now.
So she's recently been released from prison 28th of December. Most people, I'm assuming, is going to know who she is. I didn't really know an awful lot apart from I'd seen little bits online, but I never really like looked into her story or anything until coming up to her release and it was just everywhere.
Yeah.
So I've really enjoyed like having a little nose.
Tell us more, Nance. Tell us more.
So Gypsy
Barbara
Rose, if you don't know, was sentenced to 10 years in prison in 2016 after she pleaded guilty to murdering her mum.
Yeah.
She actually didn't murder her mum, she just planned it. And she convinced her guy that she'd met, do we call him a boyfriend? He was a short-term boyfriend, wasn't he? So they killed her mum, Dee Dee, in 2015.
Yeah.
Because Dee Dee spent her life abusing Gypsy.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy. I've started watching the Act.
Oh,
Have you watched it?
love the Act.
Yeah, so I've just started watching it, which, you know, goes all through her life, like back and forth up to the point. I haven't seen the end yet, so I'm
trying to think
it.
of the actress's name who plays the mother in it. She was in Medium. Arquette. Something Arquette.
Is it Beverly?
Patricia? Was that a different Arquette? Something like that. Okay.
It's something like that, yeah. So anyway, Gypsy was born in 1991 and straight away Dee Dee started claiming things were wrong with her.
Yeah.
Started with sleep apnea. And then when she was 8, Dee Dee told everyone she had leukemia.
Yeah. God, sick, man.
She said she had muscular dystrophy and she needed a wheelchair, a feeding tube. And she just created all of these things, like she was having seizures, she's got asthma, she was allergic to everything, she was allergic to sugar.
She did this for years.
And she'd done it throughout
years.
her whole life, yeah. And it's hard to think now that would never, you would hope, would never be able to happen.
No.
But somehow it did.
Yeah.
No one really questioned it. And she got away with it because anyone who questioned, where's all the evidence for all these things?
Yeah.
She just would never see that doctor again.
No.
And in America, I think that's easier, isn't it? To
It
say,
is a private healthcare. You choose your doctor.
no, I'll go somewhere else. But she was prescribed all sorts of medications and stuff. She was forced to use a breathing machine in bed. And then if anyone questioned what was wrong with her, Dee Dee had, like, if you see the pictures online of her medication cupboards and stuff, this one will make her sleepy so she can't tell
She
anyone.
shaved her head, didn't she?
Yeah, she shaved her head, pulled her teeth out. It was just crazy.
Do you know what? I'm not condoning violence and murder and stuff, but if anyone deserved it, and you can sort of see how you'd be pushed to that point if you're the victim of that.
I think especially as she grows older, obviously she started realising herself.
Yeah.
She's forced to use a wheelchair, but she could get up and walk around. But then when Dee Dee would see her walking around, she'd then, force her back into bed and say, you're wrong.
Yeah.
She used to get up and like sneak sugar and stuff in the night and realise she wasn't actually allergic.
It's just sad, isn't it?
It's crazy how far she actually took it.
Yeah.
Now, when people did start questioning it, like the family started questioning at some point, and she just cut them all off, moved away. And then obviously there was Hurricane Katrina. That was the excuse for losing all the medical records. Everything was lost in the disaster. And then because of Katrina, they got help to move.
Yeah.
They moved from Louisiana to Missouri. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Missouri?
Wasn't there a big like fundraising thing or something?
Yeah, so it was called like the Habitat something. And they build all these homes for people who, so that's where she was moved, into this fucking pink house.
Yeah.
And they built everything for them.
And like she filled the neighbours and everything around them, didn't she? Now, she got a boyfriend, didn't she? You're going to go on to that?
Yeah. So she met this guy online, didn't she? She used to sneak out at night, and she'd go on her mum's Facebook and stuff. And apparently she had this Facebook account that she hid. And she started meeting people online. So she manufactured meeting this guy at a convention.
Yeah.
And then they kept bumping into each other by accident. And Dee Dee was furious with it.
Yeah.
But obviously she suffered with Munchausen syndrome.
Yeah. It's Munchausen's by proxy, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's, and people say, well, why did she do it? She just loved the attention off everyone. Yeah. She loved the attention that her daughter being so ill brought to her, which is just crazy.
I mean, I've heard of Munchausen's by proxy before, and there's been quite a lot of TV series and dramas and stuff, but this is real life. And she took this condition and went bloody ballistic with it.
Yeah.
What she did to this kid is unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, the list is endless of things what she put her through. Gypsy first ran away when she was 11.
Yeah.
And then her mum went and got her. And then she tried to run away again when she was 19. And Dee Dee found her and convinced this guy, because she started faking her birth certificates and everything, that she was younger to keep her like a child. Convinced him that she was a minor, took her home, beat her and strapped her to the bed and wouldn't let her out.
Yeah.
So when she eventually met and got to know this Nick Godejohn, I think he was autistic as well, and she convinced him the only way for them to be together was he had to come and kill her mum.
Wow.
So on the 15th of June, 14th of June, 15th, he came to the house and stabbed her 17 times while Gypsy just hid in the bathroom. Yeah. And then they escaped. They just ran off to his home. And then it was only that Gypsy put things on Facebook, that bitch is dead. Yeah. We've sliced her up and stuff. And then the neighbours eventually broke in and found her. Gypsy said since she put that stuff on because she wanted her mum to be found, because she felt bad. Yeah. Obviously, it's still her mum. Yeah. Even though everything that she's been through, it's crazy, isn't it?
When you watch the act, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but that really comes across. Yeah. The kid that plays that role is excellent. Yeah. And she, without really saying too much, she really gets that connection across, that she knows exactly what her mum's done to her all her life. It all sort of falls into place, and then all of a sudden it's like, shit, I've been abused all my life. But she's still got a respect almost for it and a connection with it, which I couldn't really understand, and I don't think you can unless you're in that position. Yeah. But the act really puts that across well.
Yeah. Well, now that she's being released, obviously she was released on the 28th of December, and she recently got married in prison, didn't she, to this guy Ryan. Yeah. So they're starting their new life and stuff, but Gypsy's being questioned. Are you glad that your mum's dead? Are you glad that you've done it? And she's not. She's really sad that her mum's dead.
Do you think it's genuine remorse, or because she's being released?
The way that she's explained it, she said she's glad to be out of the situation and that it's ended, but she's still sad that her mum's dead. Okay. Which is
it's unbelievable, isn't it? She knows what this woman's done to her all of her life, denied her friendships, social parties, all that kind of thing.
Just a normal life.
Controlled everything about her. And yet she still has that regret. Yeah. It just shows you actually what kind of a person she is, and actually what sort of a person she may have been if she hadn't been put in that situation. Yeah. It takes a special kind of person, I think, to go through something like that and still say that they've got regret and they miss him. I don't think many people could. Yeah. So what would she have been if she hadn't have been through all that? Makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Gypsy, eh?
So yeah, Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
You need to watch the rest of the act.
I am.
So good. I think it's Patricia Arquette who's the mother
I
in
think
it,
so.
and she's brilliant. Right, so Dylan's getting shifty. So we're going to finish it there. I always know when I'm like coming up to my end because Dylan starts like looking like he needs a piss. Starts getting shifty in his chair. So that is the end of our episode. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's nice to just bring a little bit of darkness in every now and then. I love the way. Right, so just so you know, sorry, Dylan.
It's okay.
We don't know what we're doing, ever. And we don't even sit and plan before. We literally, we come in 5 minutes before, we plonk ourselves down and go, right then, hello, welcome to episode whatever. And it just goes from there and we wing it. And it's great because you just never know what's going to come up.
No, we never ever know what each other's talking about.
No. Or what's going to come up.
1 week we're going to turn off and have the same thing to talk about.
I know, but we'll know loads. So it's all right. But yeah, it's been great. Gone from bloody sex toys for dolls, Neuticals, to answering questions and this poor abused girl.
Yeah.
Gypsy.
Poor
Thank you very much. So we're going to leave it there. Now, in the meantime, I want to tell you a little bit how you can support us because you've been asking. We've got a tip box. So it's coffee. Would you say coffee or Ko-fi?
I think it's coffee.
Coffee. So
Just
it's ko-fi/the Padded Cell Podcast. You just drop us a little tip in there if you like. Or you can come and support us on Patreon. So it's patreon.com/the Padded Cell Podcast. And it's literally like the price of a pint to sign up. So why not? And there's going to be loads of extra bits on there. There's an episode on there already when we're putting some extra bonuses on there, some lives and stuff. So if you want to show some support, that's how you can do it. And we'd love you. We'd love you if you did that. But until next time,
Until then,
from me and thee, we'll say ta-ra in the best Scouse accent. Bye. And there we have it. Another day made better by listening to the Curators of Chaos. Thanks for dropping by. And if you enjoyed the show, we'd really appreciate you sharing your love for the Padded Cell Podcast with your friends. Don't forget, give us a follow on our socials, maybe leave us some 5-star reviews, and feel free to send us an email to medic@the Padded Cell Podcast, or even interact with us on Facebook, Insta, and our other socials, because we love chatting to you. Be sure to stop by next week because, as Bowie says, I don't know where I'm going next, but I promise it won't be boring. Catch you soon.